Welcome back to Puddins Fab Shop. We're recently off a marketplace. I bought this 1980 something S-10 extendo cab, sight unseen. And today we're going to tear into it, see what we really got. Is she good? Is she a flop? Will she go? I don't know. We'll get her. Mama didn't raise no punk. Let's get into it. Cut that noisy thing off. One day I was doing what most of us normal car guys do, and I happened to be using the restroom, and I hopped on the Facebook marketplace. Lo and behold, I open it up and there's a S-10 that looks about as good as this one does right now. Shoo-wee, I'm like, man, that thing's pretty clean. Come to find out, that was really just because it was pretty wet. Looks good wet, right? There's 2, maybe 3 pictures of it. Said kinda runs from the best I remember, and it's red. It's an extended cab. We didn't need another first gen. I don't know why I bought it. It was impulsive, okay? It was irresponsible. It was downright just not a smart move. I'll give you a quick once over. It's pretty clean. You can tell it was a pawpaw truck, from just like the chrome bed rails on it. She was trimmed out, and she stayed trimmed out most of her life. Now the camera makes her look better really than what she is. You're gonna see as this thing dries, we've got a little bit of rust right there. It's not rotted through, pretty heavy pitted though. Our graphics are dang near gone, except they're not, so that's kind of, oh no, don't tell me I washed her so hard we took the Tahoe package off. Oh, that must have went right there. Don't worry, I got super glue. She does have a little humdinger up front. That's rather unfortunate. Another little one in the door, not near as noticeable. See a little bubble on the paint down here. Tires are actually respectable. She's a plumb big old damn powerhouse, I can guarantee you that. You can tell by all the rubber on this tailpipe. Someone's been lighting it up, okay? She has the never latch feature tailgate. She never latches. She's from the Steve Bailey in Yukon, Oklahoma. Black tagged and 16. So she's been going on 10 years off the road. And underneath the hood is fairly clean as well. Now a lot of that stuff was greasy, but our Get Gone degreaser by the Sweet Patiner did a good job of cutting through a lot of that. And it's respectable looking. She is a absolute nightmare of vacuum lines. That's what these are covered in. 2.8 liter V6. When I said she is a powerhouse, I meant these things are absolutely gutless. And she did have brakes until a moment ago when I moved this up here and I was using the skid steer and I broke a brake line on the rear with the skid steer. Now what's most impressive is after I cycled our key, that's right, the buzzer started working. Now the kid, like I said, he had it running. He said it's leaking fuel from somewhere. He never figured out where it was leaking fuel from, allegedly. I'm on to you, Tiny. His nickname was Tiny. If there's someone with the nickname Tiny, they're usually not tiny, so really you should call them Sir. Do apologize, sir. Inside needs clean, but again, fairly respectable looking. We show 53,861 miles, which is probably 153,000, but still not terrible for these. Crack or two in the dash. If you've never seen an extended cab of these, they got little flip down seats that are not fun to ride in, but ours, oh, I was gonna say are in tip top shape. I've never had these open. Ours are glued together. And I don't know how old this battery is. It don't look super duper old, so Tiny may have put that in there. And he said he knew there's a bunch of vacuum lines and stuff wrong with it. Yeah, I didn't figure she'd have enough to actually crank. She got a solid horn in her though. And that, my friends, is a win. Woo. Being extendo cab, she got the center console even. Oh great, control module. Ooh, oh, the HEI distributor, ignition module. Right there, ka-chow. Oh, golly, I guess I just now realized it's electric windows. Electric windows and old cars are not my favorite. Ooh, she trying to work. All right, we're gonna get it in the shop. We are gonna try to get it running. I've had it running once, and it was not happy one bit. We've got a brake line to fix now, and we're just gonna give the thing a full once over because we don't know the rest of the shape of anything else. Yeah, go baby, go. Woo. She rolls decent. Dang, in here guys, I just noticed the under dash lights even working this thing. Around here, that's considered impressive. Ain't charged this in forever. All right, little stank, time to crank. Hold on, I know I've said we've had it running. Never looked at the oil. Well, she could use a quart. What's in there looks okay. Smells all right. I didn't think that needs an oil change. She's cranking. Yeah! She's trying. So it appears as long as we throttle or feather the gas, it'll stay running. Even if I try to hold it like revved up, it'll do it right there. But if I try to go down to any respectable idle, dang! Maybe that alternator's working because those lights got way brighter just now. Ooh, watch out! She's warmed up. Goddamn old camshaft here chopping. Never mind, that's an exhaust leak. So a big vacuum leak. Oh wow. A big vacuum leak will cause that to run like crap. Boy, he was not playing when he said it had a gas leak. Okay. I thought like a little one, like we were gonna be able to get it running and be like, oh, there's a little drip. There's a damn puddle underneath this thing. Oh gosh. These carburetors are garbage. Please don't be yet. I don't even know where the damn fuel line is on this thing. I seen that and I was like, oh yeah, it's probably that. But then I just assumed it wasn't because I noticed that is like teed off. Golly, look at the shape of this crap, guys. Just a nightmare these things are and were. Y'all know what I usually do when my back's against the wall on this stuff. I usually grab stuff and just start ripping it out. Oh yes, emission hose routing. Here's everything we need. Better call a parts house and get 40 foot of vacuum hose. We're gonna have to get it running and then just look and see. See it spraying down there? Something around the fuel pump. Not sure if it's the line or what. Did y'all hear it rev up some? Boy, we're gonna run out of gas quick like that. Sprayed that crap around and she revved up some. Obviously we have vacuum leaks. All kinds of crap right in there. Who really knows? Let's get her up on the lift and we're gonna take a look at the pump from the bottom side. Clearly we know it's pumping because it did get fuel and we see it spraying out. And it may be something like just a loose hose, a crack in the hose. I think I did see a fuel filter. And I accidentally looked into that light a second ago and now I can't see a damn thing. Going up. Shoo! It's got a little donut up underneath there. There's our brake line that I wiped out. Look, I was just trying to make it match. This one's been replaced. Look, they put the new nut on there and just left the one that had come on it. Dang, she's got the white walls and someone turned white walls in. What's wrong with y'all? Still got the cat on her. Big old muffler. Yeah, she had some exhaust work done. What is that? I don't know. Hopefully just water dripping off still. First time getting to see a lot of this. Those brake hoses could stand to be replaced. Like I said, the brakes were working. Woo! Our little chatter pad that scratches your rotor. That damn thing's a frog hair away from rubbing. About a fingernail's worth in between that. A couple good hard stops and she'll be dragging. All right. What is leaking? It looks like we got a supply here going to the fuel pump. Then we're gonna have return here coming off the top side. Then as far as our output goes, it's the metal hard line. Kind of hard to show y'all. This one should just be a vent coming from our tank. I think it's safe to say someone's had the oil pan off before, and now she is gonna leak because I touched that. Dang, I didn't know Mortsky had been in here working. Dirt daubers under that engine mount. Dirt daubers under this one. Got my mechanic's mirror. It's gonna be impossible to show y'all, but I swear there's a like crack or hole in the actual side of that fuel pump. I don't know. Let me rub on it. See if I can clean it up or dirty it up. See if I can still see it or not. Could just be a piece of trash. It's real clean. Huh. Well, what I was seeing wiped away, I think. Hell dang it. I mean, we could replace it all, but those fuel pumps aren't the greatest aftermarket ones. In fact, that S-10 we did and gave away, that's been the #1 issue he's had, is finding a good replacement fuel pump. So that is OEM, and it ain't the fuel pump leaking. I really don't want to replace it unless we have to, because that one's probably better than we can get from a parts house. All right, I can see it from 2 different angles. From right back in here, I can see it's on the body, and then maybe y'all can see, and maybe you can't, but we definitely have a leaking fuel pump. So maybe there was a crack or hole that I had seen. That is right. It is 1 year later. You probably were watching this video and was like, why is old Roy there? Why is the Toyota there? That's because I started making this video a long time ago. In fact, the amount of gray hairs across this chin have probably changed drastically. So now we are in real time. You can see my Loadstar's patiently waiting. We just got the crew cab going. It's sitting right there. You're wondering, why were you making an S-10 video and then you just stopped? Well, as you just seen, we had made it to the point of needing a fuel pump. And all the parts houses around here were telling me at least 24 hours on getting a fuel pump. Now, I don't know why. I don't know what was so special about a S-10 2.8 that getting the manual fuel pump for it was so hard. But I went ahead and ordered it a year ago. I've been moving it around. I went ahead and got plugs and plug wires for it as well. That shows you how long these things have been collecting dust now. And this week, I'm in a pinch as well. We have a child graduating. We have a family coming in for all kinds of stuff. It's right at the end of the school year, and I am feeling the pressure. My blood pressure's only peaked twice this morning. I'm fine. Not today. Woosah. I'm fine. So my thought was to get that truck going and then we'd find someone to give it to. Now, I didn't know who to give it to, but since then, I have a plan with who to give it to now. So we're gonna go out there, see if we can get this thing started yet again. I'm just making this up as we go, folks. Someone's running around the show around here, and it ain't me. I'm just along for the ride. He's in charge. Now, the wind is absolutely brutal today, so we're gonna try to get this indoors as quick as possible. And my goal was to get rid of an S-10, but instead I somehow multiply them. That makes sense. I'm sure our battery's still good. Oh, oops, wrong key. Oh no. Oh, sweet little senorita. She wants to dance. Come on, baby. She's trying. I doubt our fuel got any better condition sitting for another year. She is not the happiest. Woo. Sure got a lot of smoke coming from underneath the hood. I'm sure it's fine. We're doing it! We're doing it! We're doing it! We snuck past the Mercedes. We're doing it! I daily drove the 84 S-10 Blazer with a 2.8 V6 with this same carburetor. If y'all don't think I know how to drive one of these, y'all's nuts. That's to let people know we're coming in for our service. It means move your butt, Theo. Oh yeah, easy peasy. I don't recall this thing smoking so much underneath the hood. Let's have a quick gander. Okay, I do think we're possibly just got some valve cover gasket out on this side. It looks like a lot of it's just coming off of our exhaust manifold, and I can see that wet up underneath there. But you see how I kind of spray around that entire carburetor and it's doing it everywhere? Well, one of a couple things there. One, that carburetor is about the worst one in the world to rebuild. I've rebuilt them. I'm not good at them. I hate them. They are not impossible to do. In fact, I did one on the other S-10 we gave away. But I just don't have good luck with those ones. I don't have good luck with certain carburetors. That's one of them. If you're gonna learn to rebuild a carburetor, I don't recommend you start on this one. But I will also say, if you do start on this one, and you can rebuild one of these, you should be able to rebuild just about anything. However, the carburetor seems to be happy. The only reason it's kind of bogging is because it's running so rough. I think it's running so rough from that vacuum leak. I think our vacuum leak, with how I can spray all the way around that thing, I think it's the base plate gasket. That carburetor could be loose. We could just try tightening those down and see if that fixes our problem, or we may need to put a new gasket. Boy, the amount of smoke. I've never ran this thing as much as what I just did. Yeah, not good. Like I said, I can see the whole head is wet. I can see right underneath where those bolts go, wet gasket. So I think we need to get some valve cover gaskets. I think I need to get a new GoPro mount for mine because, well, that one just broke. Let me swap us on a new mount, and I can't remember tightening down that carburetor. I know it ain't gonna be fun, but we may just try snugging those down real quick, see what happens. So come over here to see what we need to tighten this. Ah, I see. Okay, I think that's coolant. Y'all see that puddle? And well, it's running on top of the whole intake. It's kind of hard to show y'all. There's puddles all over. I couldn't really tell if that was coolant or oil. Kind of looks green, but it kind of looks like fresh oil. Oh yeah, that's coolant for sure. But now that I look down there to show y'all, I see our thermostat housing's all wet as well. So that may be, yeah, that gasket don't look too happy. Looks half RTV, half gasket. Yeah, okay. So that's that. We want to try tightening these because I only see about a thread on each one of them. I got just a baby turn on that. I'd say just enough to snug it down. Same on our other front one. Did not feel loose enough to be what I would consider probably a major problem. Same thing, just got it little snug. Have I mentioned how much I love these carburetors? As easy as they are to rebuild, they're about the same amount as easy to even try to tighten up. Little magnet drop on that one. Yeah. I mean, that sucker is tight. You know what? I'm just gonna leave that socket on there, because if that don't fix our problem, which I don't think it's gonna, we're gonna eventually just be pulling that off there. So look at me being proactive. Holy vacuum thingy bobbers. I just don't understand why they thought this much crap was necessary to be on these things. Y'all know what? The last one of these we messed with, I fought the stuff. I don't think I'm fighting this one. Nope. I don't think I've got it in me to fight literally 100 vacuum lines again. Now I will say, if you get one of them lined out, the carburetors, I've recently messaged with the guy who has the last one we gave away. I put that professional reman one on it. He said it's still doing great. So once you get it lined out, you've got it lined out. Let's just say, I'm gonna get this one lined out one way or another. Oh, that's good. Those are already broke and rusted off anyhow. Oh, the old smog trident, baby. Oh, this side too. This side too, huh? Well, that's wild. Mother Nature was a step ahead of us on this one. Yeah. Whoa! Ha, ha. Yeah. Also, be a tat. Ain't nothing connected on this thing. I don't know why she vacuum idles high. What is that? Oh, whatever it is, it ain't happy. That probably used to run to our AC clutch. Oh, that one ain't much happier. She goes to our temp sensor. Yeah. And then this one down low. Is that a temp sensor? Oh yeah, let's lift one. I don't know if this is oil then down here, but for now, we're just gonna lay our wiring off right there. And this thing better play nice, because I got plenty of Sawzall blades with its name all over them. And that holds our neck on. We want to keep it professional, so that needs to go back. You know what the problem is? Anywhere that those tridents were rusted off, hold on, getting distracted. Anywhere those were, there's gonna be holes in our exhaust manifolds now. Well, they were already rusted, so obviously we already had those. Oh, what is this? What in tarnation? This is overflow something vent. Oh, that's gonna be a vent. Boy, I know what you're thinking. Will she ever run again? That's a great question, my friends. That is a great question. They are expensive, but somebody does make a intake for these to convert it to a Weber, I do believe. Oh, this is crazy. Y'all ever seen on the engine how you run from your PCV valve just over to one of your intakes on your carburetor? Well, that's what this is. From there to there to there to there. Maybe we could split it again for fun. So this one here has got to be running inside to our HVAC controls. Tuck it up out the way. That's a big one right there. What is it feeding? That one was running more than likely to right here for our reservoir, since we have AC controls, but that would then split off and feed something up in here, but I don't know what. So we may keep this one and use that little splitter off of that and tie that one in, so we do keep a reservoir. What is this? Just more stuff. What do you mean brake fluid? Oh, she's leaking. Cut the end off of that, or we get a fresh end. She's going right back on here for a reservoir. And this piece feeds from our manifold to the reservoir, and then to the HVAC. So we'll keep her over here. I think it's important to note that this actually was no part of my plan today or for this video. But here we are. I don't know what this metal line is going to. We gotta figure it out. If it's metal line running down the back, it may be feeding possibly our transmission. I'm trying to figure out, 'cause there's that one which is absolutely smoked, and it was attached to a hard line. We're having to use our fillers. Oh yeah, so that just clamps on the back somehow and was going to that. So yes, okay, verified. I took a 2-hand wiggle, but that is what that is. This here's just going over to our booster straight from our manifold. That's all fine. Got the short stroke going here. Little baby short stroke. Has my nickname. Some things we shouldn't share. Look at my hand here. Y'all think this thing had some vacuum hose breaking down? Maybe. Copper cap, which I guess don't hurt nothing. Gives us a opportunity to look inside here. Little bit of corrosion going on. Nothing crazy. I did buy plug wires for this thing. So let me look right here, figure out. Coordinates number 1 is this one. You sure she sits on good? This ain't a Ford like I've been working on. So feeling a little more confident. And yeah, if we trace that through, we're going over here to this one. And now that we got that marked, I'm just gonna pull all this off. We're gonna lower it and put some wheels on it. Also me. Squirrel!
Nice and humid in here. I like a nice deep sweat. Only 82 degrees, but I'm sitting here baking like a baked potato.
Y'all get me in there 30 minutes with this thing. We're gonna have her stripped down the block ready for some paint. And go back with some Chevrolet orange. Just playing. Just playing. Boy, we are rolling at this point though, aren't we? Hey! Boy, I know. It'd be nice if I could possibly snake y'all through a few zip ties and more hoses and factory wiring. That way, you don't never come out here again. That's what I was hoping for. The more we go, the more we finally start to get a little breathing room and working room here. Can't be mad at that. Grenade. Bullseye. Oh, she's serviceable. Well, why didn't you simply say so? We've officially made it to the fabrication portion of our tune-up. You don't use a welder to tune up your car? That's weird. We'll let that cool down, and guess what? Someone's done took a welder to this rig. That's why we didn't hear a bunch of tiny exhaust flakes. All those ports are already welded up, except that very back one. This side are all welded up too. I'll be honest, I don't know how these other ones ain't leaking as bad as they look. That one I just did looks good. Not to toot my own horn or nothing. Y'all see them? See those couple there? See mine back there? These ones, I think they'll hold though. We'll try our luck. Yeah. Hey, look at us getting a little playroom here. This one here is a big vacuum leak if we don't do something with it. Oh yeah. Well, we better replace that one because it is in bad shape. It's pretty dry rotted. Uh-oh. And in fact, I'm getting ahead of myself here because doing our cap and wires will be a lot easier without adding more crap again. Oh, that camera's, maybe that's too bright. Can y'all see how smoked that tip is? And in there where the contact goes, Yeah, I think we need to replace our rotor as well. Valve cover gaskets, carburetor base gasket has a minimum. All that stuff is on order. It's about noon now, 4, so it's probably gonna be 4:30 before I can have it all. So we can either strip that off now, or wait and do it later. Hey, we're here, let's keep the strip down going. Uh-oh, that might be permanent now. That's good. Throttle cable, kick down cable, that doohickey. Bloop, bloop. That's the wiring going to our AC. So what's this big one for that's burning up? Still don't know. Time will tell, I guess. Oh, fuel line. Yeah, we may want to disconnect that perhaps. Yeah, I hope you want to cross it slow. Line wrenches, guys, will often fail you, just like that one just said. Well, locking pliers, they rarely do. I told y'all we weren't gonna mention quite yet what we're gonna do at the truck, but now that she's here, we're getting this going for Mama Shlee.
Yeah, right.
All right, maybe not. A man can dream. Of course, then I'd fall even more in love with her seeing her drive this, and I don't even think that's possible, so maybe we don't. That'd be like a black hole falling in on itself. We don't know what's gonna happen. Oh yeah. Yeah, I bet that carburetor gasket base plate thingy bobber. Oh, I forgot it's got one of them heaters in it. Yeah, that's our leak. Almost guaranteed. What is happening out here, girl? You jamming out? I was about to come dance with you. You gonna get me a copyright strike on YouTube. We're gonna be living in that tent over there on the hill. Get it, Theo. Whew. He said, okay, enough dancing, y'all can pet me. He's like, what is she doing?
What?
I heard you say what?
What?
Oh my gosh, she's too much. Girl. Oh boy. Girl, what are you doing? You fishing?
Fishing.
Woo! All right, they are gonna get me copyright strikes. Girl just living her best life.
She literally is.
Yeah. Over here, we're still stripping down. Did our wiring, tuck it out of the way. About 47 cables to hook up to the carburetor. No big deal. Hey, look how nice it is inside this thing. Like, I know it needs work. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna be like, it's absolutely not nice.
I don't know, it's clean. It's clean, but yeah.
It needs clean, but like the back seat and stuff.
It's like it's not ripped up. That's nice.
She's sharp. She's a Tahoe edition. I'm gonna blow all the crap off here, but first, do a little pre-soak. Basically rebuilding the whole motor at this point. How's your hot rod Traverse doing? Any more fancy exhaust on that? Yeah. We were driving through town. That thing was developing an exhaust leak for like 6 months. And then we were going through town one day and hit a bump. What? Oh, that wasn't nothing. We're about to soak her with another can. We hit a bump and that thing said, exhaust hanger broke around the wheel. She thought those 2 partial cans smelled bad. Wait till we dump a freshie on this thing. Fire in the hole. Look how dirty that firewall is. All the crap coming off of here. This right here is additionally a great example of some of the just beautiful engineering that was going on. Our valve cover gasket bolt. It's got a 2-inch prong on it. Those things, see them? That's just for all of the different hoses and wiring and stuff. Those are holders that shove on that where they got a place to hold stuff and retain it. It's wild. All right, very nice of my wife to come hang out with me for a bit. She did want food, but she did want to get me food, which is helpful because I got a late start, not because of my wife. Oh yeah, actually it was because of my wife. That's all right, because I love them girls. Hey, look at all the oil that had worked its way down. That was the bottom side like that. So yeah, safe to say those gaskets were leaking. See how going up that a ways, pretty dry, pretty dry, pretty dry. Then down here is just holding the oil. Boop. First time seeing inside our motor. Let's see how she's looking. Oh, guys, thing's pretty clean. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's dark from what looks like dirty oil, but do you see any gunk gathered in the bottom of them heads? No, says I. Pretty impressive. Oh yeah, that gasket is soaked. That's good, found our oil leak. Brittle is an understatement. Cleaned up our surface, and I'm really happy with what I'm seeing in here. And all of our valves, or rockers, whatever you want. I don't feel like all these need adjusted or nothing. Motor's smooth drivetrain wise. And all of these feel just about right. So we're happy with that. Okay. That is not gonna come loose. That is weird. I can't believe to make these serviceable to get to the bolts, we would need to remove this bracket. And engineers that were just excelling on all the designs going on here clearly thought we should make the 2 bolts that hold that bracket go into this exhaust manifold, because that will keep it happy for decades to come. Oh, yep, there went my yep, extension. Try this again with some man-rated equipment, perhaps. Just go ahead and have you a magnet handy for when you start dropping them. Oh, yeah. Also leaking pretty bad. Also nice and clean. Fairly good. Little backtrack. I'm gonna weld up this port. That way stuff don't flow through there. That side is considerably dirtier than this side, and this is on that side. I think that's a coincidence. I think not. Now Puddin', that ain't gonna hold, cause that's a piece of cast metal, and you them preheat her to 359 and then use damn old nickel rod on the stick welder, and that's how we used to do it, so it's the only way it can be welded. I bet she'll hold. I bet I'll grind that down right here next to our open intake manifold. Okay, maybe not, but there we go. Maximum effort. But that cooled down. I pulled this thing in my bobber and this whoopee my thingy. Heck, I don't know. Oh, temp sender, gauge sender. You'll see the amount of crap on this thing. I find it hard to believe that would be working for that much. You'd think it would ground out even. Oh my gosh, I ain't never seen one of these so bad. That whole thing is just smoked, full of crap. Huh. Got one of these on order. Go ahead and put a plug in that one. I've probably noticed this before and said I've never noticed it before, but I just noticed again for the first time or ever. Look how our head goes to right there, and then the rest of that's the intake manifold, how it butts up right there. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Learn something new every day. Today, I learned I don't give a dang. I weld, it holds. With that tightened up, we're doing really, really good here, guys. I'm really happy with our progress. Definitely cleaned up underneath here, huh? Mama's back with hot rod and some food. I'm gonna go wash up and have me a nice little lunch with my girls. So that just backfired. I was pretty happy with the amount of coolant that hadn't come out of that intake. Kind of just sat right there. I didn't want to mess with our thermostat housing right now with that all open. Till we got our valve cover gaskets back on. And I just took our radiator cap off camera. And I guess that was holding vacuum, because as soon as I did, it just started pouring into our head here. So that's good. And it should be all right. We'll probably give her an oil change anyhow, so it's not a mystery oil in there. We don't know. When's the last time she'd been changed? Pert near 15 years. I just made that up. Hey, we are moving good. let's finally get to that fuel pump, which is what I planned on doing first thing today. Trying to work smarter, not harder here. It looks like if we just pull our power steering pump, it'll be a lot easier to get to this fuel pump. Oh, mess with them belts. That power steering one's all right. Alternator one seems all right. But that AC one, she's looking pretty rough. And I think right now AC is the least of our concerns. And that thing was kind of loose on there, so we'll just cut her out before it ends up coming apart. Hey, now we can see our, oh, why is that so oily? Is that oil? Yeah, a little bit of everything, I do believe. Little mystery fluid. Pop, that must be our return. Right there's our supply. Once again, our box wrench gonna let us down. Once again, our locking pliers letting us down. What if I just drop that thing off there, or I can flip it and get that clamp, and then we'll just pull a hard line with it. You can't outsmart a smarter S-10. Aha! Our other option would have been to cut this nipple off, which would have been fine, except just for fun, I'm trying to figure out where this thing was leaking from. And I was kind of guessing it may have been around that area. Well, I'm not sure where she was leaking from. All right, all that matters is she was leaking. We got it off there. Let's pop us some new hoses on since we're here. We're in it this deep. A little lubrication in the situation. And I must be feeling sick, brave, or dumb, because I'm gonna use our little spring-loaded clamps again. They're probably what was leaking. Yeah. Doing a new supply and return. Yeah. Well, I hope this is the right fuel pump after all this time. Looks right. Or does it? Yeah. That goes. Yep. Looks like we come with two different O-rings here. Ours from the factory had a round one that kind of flattened out. Kind of like that one. That one fits that side of things a little better. Huh. Wonder why we got options. Wonder if it says in these things. I'm going with the big flat O-ring. I think it looks like it would do a better job sealing. Get our bottom hose started first. Then we're gonna play a round of will he cross thread it. It's my favorite game to play. Well, looks like it's going properly. No cross thread this time. The disappointment. Yeah. Let's go a little wire wheel rebuild. Yeah, I know you said you'd do the next parts for me, but when I started wire wheeling these, you were up in the loft sleeping. So I just went ahead and did them, pal. Get up mad at me as he's sleeping on the job. Now this one don't even want to spin, but I just got her with the pliers, put some looby-dooby on that. Now look, spin it by hand. Guys, you're better off to clean this thing out real good like this when we've got it off. Yeah. Only thing it can possibly do is make going back together easier. Like this right here, when you get her started by finger, run it all the way down. Fuel pump back on. Oh, luckily our power steering has a stud on the back that this nut goes on, which will help us kind of get held into place here. My light just died, so we're flying blind. Oh yeah, there's the thread. Hold on, cowboy. Saddle them horses. I mean, unsaddle. I'm glad I happened to look down there. Our belt is back on our balancer. It ain't even in our pulley where it's supposed to be. So that won't do us no good. Just gotta, golly, can't get it. There we go. Now you can see out of them horses, cowboy. All right, we're all back together there. I do have spark plugs. I guess it's as good as time as any to get them swapped out. That one's a little hard to get on. Oh, just drenched in oil, not the tips. The actual plug itself, the body of it. The spark plugs themselves actually look like they were burning pretty stinking clean. Get a load of that. Impressive. Eureka! I don't know. For whoever just said what's wrong with him, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm getting a fight wasp in a hot shop covered in oil working on old mini trucks. Well, guys, I couldn't ask for a better life. Can't thank y'all enough for being here watching. Touchdown, 2 points. Your new plug's gapped out. Our sticker over there says 45 thousandths. So that's what we're gonna go with. I did look up online. I don't know why I always do that, but I always see something that just blows my mind. Someone said, all I do is go buy plugs and put them in at whatever they come out of the box at, because that's all GM does. Let me show you the problem with that. Right here. This one's out of the box. I haven't touched that one. You've got a gap right there of like maybe 10 thousandths. So if you're just going out of the box, that happened during shipping, guys. You should always, even if it looks good, if you actually care about something, check that gap. I run them straight out the box. I don't know why she runs on 5 cylinders instead of all 6. I can make fun of people for that, because I did that with our wagon. I dropped the spark plug, forgot to check it, put it in, and I was running that thing. I'm like, man, it has a misfire. Ended up pulling the plugs. Guess what? When it hit the ground, boom, close that. It'll get you. Now for spark plugs, only the finest. I like a nice bougie spark plug, just like my pretty wife. Want me a nice bougie lady. Give me one of them high maintenance things. Get her new plug started. And this one in the middle is kind of hard to get our socket on too. So I'm assuming it's gonna be kind of hard to start. Maybe we'll go no socket for it. We almost gotta have the socket. I think this is that good 80s engineering getting us again. All right, she's fighting me. I dropped it, and sure enough, look at that. Close that gap up. That's why you check it. So that one's been a little difficult, so check out this trick. Take your piece of hose, shove it on there. That's lower profile than our socket. Hit the hole, just spin that sucker, and we gotta find the sweet spot here. Oh yeah, hit it already. She's threading. Can't get her on there this time. It's gotta go on somehow. Love tap, little love tap. Yep. We are as together as we can get up here until we get more parts. Get the old girl up in the air. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, do y'all know what that is? I've done a fuel pump on one of these, and I did not see that come out of there. As far as that plunger sticks up in there, I assume this was in there or didn't fall out or didn't even have one. I really can't remember, guys. I don't think our fuel pump's gonna pump with this sitting on the ground. So y'all thought I forgot, but I actually did that on purpose. So we gotta keep the redo Ricky joke going. Can't call myself a redo Ricky if we get everything perfect the first time. Joke's on you guys. Ha! Got y'all good, didn't I? Yeah, I did. You suckers fall for it every time. Make sure my O-ring's in there. That way I ain't doing this 3 times. Luckily, this go around knowing what we were doing after testing y'all there. That probably only put us behind 10, 15 minutes max. Going up. Drop. Drop. Ow. Drop. Better root and toot and better watch your booty. I'm the fastest draw in the Oklahomas, plural. There's a couple of them. Okay, there's only one Oklahoma, and it is hot here, and it's making me crazy here, That's all right. From down here, you can see our new fuel pump. So I'm kind of looking at our suspension here. That tie rod boot is not happy. Just getting an idea of what we're getting into here. Because I did not get bushings for control arms. I kind of looked at the ones up top already. They're a little dry, but they're not blown out or nothing. I think bushing wise, we're okay. I obviously ain't been that deep into this truck yet, so we don't really know what we're getting. So I guess we're just gonna start tearing into the front. We get what we get, we don't throw a fit. Woo! Rotors, a little surface rusted. Pads, pert near, entirely missing. Those things are not in good shape, so besides that, our hose looks like it needs done, so she's gonna need some brake work. And our ball joints don't look the freshest either. Just called the parts house so we could get some parts coming. Now y'all seen me rip apart these S-10 front ends several times on the channel at this point. So I'm gonna try to zip through it. I will say a lot of this is in rougher shape than I thought it would be. And yes, I'm going just based off the fact that underneath the hood looks really nice and the master cylinder is nice and the interior was nice. I just assumed the undercarriage was gonna excel. Now it ain't terrible, but a lot of these wear parts are wore. So let's rip this front end apart. Zip tie our calipers out the way. I ordered calipers, hoses, pads, rotors, stuff. Sway bar end links are toast. Or they are now. Well, a couple cotter pins wanted to fight me, so I didn't feel like fighting. Quick little clean up. Here's a good spot for a quick little clean sesh. Now, unfortunately, once we get these old ones out, we're at a stop. I had some new ones in the truck someone had sent out. And over here, I thought it was a little suspicious. They're not even serviceable. And it's not a sealed ball joint, obviously. So I actually started going together on the other side. I drilled and tapped this one and added a grease zert right there. But the bolts were so cheap that even with a 1/4-inch drive running them down, when I tightened them, the bolts started stripping out. I just don't trust the stuff. It's I appreciate whoever sent them out, but I think they're too cheap. I don't trust those bolts one bit, and the fact those weren't serviceable, I think the quality is gonna be uniform. So we can put them on there and then need to replace them in a year, or we can just get better ones. So I've got those on order. Unfortunately, we're not gonna have those till the morning, just like we won't have our calipers and some other stuff. And I need to have this all done by the end of tomorrow, so I'm doing good here. Oh, that ain't true. Look, they had our cores or whatever in stock. Good time to do an inventory. I'll be honest, I didn't do a very good inventory. I see we had parts for up here, and we're just going for it. Go ahead and clean up our edges, get there nice and deep like, boy. All right, go. Fresh gasket on. Valve cover on. Just make sure to get your gasket in the right spot. And then simply get your bolts started. Maybe she's gonna start any day now, any second. fill a thread. Gotta kind of line up your bottom ones as well, obviously. And I'm just kind of hoping that doing that gets us a good seal all the way around, because I don't want to RTV them. This one back here. Oh, I'll make sure it's good too. Gotta lay up here. Success! Success! Snug them all down. Little snug-a-dugga. With our valve covers on, let's go ahead and get this mess of the thermostat over with. It's gonna be a bloodbath. Those are a little crunchy. And underneath here we got the gasket RTV combo kit, it looks like. Always a popular combination. Golly. It's been a minute, huh? Oh, that thing is nasty. Oh, wire wheel. Woo! Chunks are flying. Oh yeah, she's a little pitted. Right there, it goes all the way from the inside to the outside. So we may have to put a little RTV on that side of it, right in there. Good thing I don't have any RTV. Oh my gosh, DeWalt, I'm about to throw every bit of your garbage tools in the trash. What good's a chuck that doesn't chuck? What good's a battery when I face it down, keeps losing dang power and cutting out? Everyone's like, well, you got to cock it back left. Or their chucks could not suck, okay? And it could just work. But with DeWalt, that'd be asking too much. Ooh, get our new 5 amp hour batteries. You can tell these things are a piece of craps. They're light as can be. This one's fully charged. I can't even use it on the drill because unless I'm holding it perfectly horizontal, because that's the only way you're allowed to drill according to DeWalt, the power cuts out. I'm fine. I'm a logical thinking adult. I can just take a deep breath. That's my biggest problem today. I'm doing pretty good. See, I'm good. Ultra gasket maker exhaust. Well, this is exhausting me, so close enough. Exhausting my patience, maybe. Bloop. The worst thing that happens is it leaks and we're right back where we started. It'll seal or it won't. Well, that rotor is an odd little fella. Little stubby wubby short thingy. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help us out any. Right there's what we need. Gosh bless it, which probably means we've got the incorrect cap as well. Yeah, maybe not. Cap looks the same, just got the incorrect rotor. And she was running, guys, running pretty good given the circumstances of the amount of crap that was on that engine and wrong, aka all the vacuum, blah blah blah. It was just a mess, blah blah blah. I am doing kind of like a 2-day thrash trying to get most of this done. So that being said, I'm gonna just clean up this rotor. We'll polish on the tip here and down inside with a little steel wool. Oh yeah, I'll clean her up. Can you see our shiny copper on there now? Maybe. I tried, but I'd really like to get this back together and hear it run. So we're gonna get her back together so we can hear it run. Ooh, it's got a little dizzy, a little lightheaded. Get our new cap popped on. Now we got all kinds of crap. Vacuum hoses. Oh, I forgot to look for the one that goes down to the transmission. We may have to get her back up in the air and check on that. But vacuum, plug wires, vacuum, more vacuum. It could be very hard to do when I don't have vacuum hose. No, no. I've got some somewhere. Haha! It's probably too big. And trust me, I tried to order some today, and guess what they had in stock? Everything that was too small. Yeah, that's a loose fit. I don't trust that. Now this is a good size for this one back here that feeds our reservoir and our HVAC, but the rest of that, I don't know what in tarnation we're gonna do. What in tarnation? Where we at? 6:10 in the evening. I've got to have vacuum hose. So unfortunately, we've got to go in the parks room. Trying not to leave today, but it is what it is. All right, we went to our parts house. Vacuum hose is back there. It did come in. They did have upper ball joints. And as I was doing that, Theo made a couple phone calls for me. And a parts house next town over, they've got the lowers in stock. So we're gonna go grab them. Oh, we're still in this fight. We are back, getting ready to go back together. Ran us a new piece of vacuum hose from our reservoir over through. That's all tied together now. That's looking good. Went ahead and put us a piece on our vacuum advance. Lied to y'all twice earlier. Said I thought the one was going down for the modulator, vacuuminator thing on the transmission. This is an overdrive operated by a TV cable, so it's not going to have one of those. So what did that go to cross over on the back? I really don't know. It ain't gonna be hooked up no more. She gone. And I lied to you twice because I said we were back on GM, and I was calling this over here number 1. This is number 2. We've got 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. Right here's number 1, and the firing order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get us some plug wires ran. I guess that makes more sense of why number 1 would be over here now. Number 1, it's gonna be our longest one probably, especially on this side. We got a rat's nest to go through right here on the corner. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. Boop. A little busy, but that's all right. Still working out. Going back with our wiring. Distributor goes straight to the coil there. And this harness splits off to our coil, runs back up here to the front. Alternator is a Reman or something. She got a sticker on her. Looks fairly fresh. Not sure where this was going. Bless you. Popped our throttles and other cables and cruise cables and throttles and TVs and all those in. Connected all the wiring that I know, and a lot of this, guys, I still do not know. Got some unknowns going on here. This one here, I seen a clamp, so I made that work, but this possibly needs to be going over to this. I think this wiring is for our carburetor, but still over here. Did I unplug that from something? Honestly, I don't remember. These that are burnt up, I did not. Still not sure what these are supposed to go to. Looks like something that would pull a lot of power, so I really don't understand. Drop that baby down. Cat! We're gonna snip them away. Once we figure out what these go to, we may clean that wiring up a little, wrap her up a little or something. Now I'm still having high hopes for our carburetor here, that it's actually gonna run well. Alright, she's definitely got plenty of fuel in her. We may even get crazy and pull the rest of the twigs from when this thing had a rat's nest off of it. And before we drop it down on, it's worth noting, anywhere we got a vacuum port. So we got one right there on the back. We've got 3 on the front. We've got this that runs right to that. So we'll go ahead and replace that short piece. Looks like we got, that's where that one wire ran to. I see. She's snug. Please seal up, baby. Please seal up. Don't forget your fuel line wrench. This big boy. I think we're ready to try. And don't get me wrong, this is still a lot going on. But now that y'all just seen how like you can undo that wiring and lay it off, this wiring and lay it off, it really kind of simplifies things a lot. A lot. Seeing that like that just brings me this peace I can't explain. Now I may have missed something, so I'm gonna try to see if we can get her started here. I think I got it all. Come on, baby. Well, did I mess something up? Because it don't even sound like it's trying to spark. What's the deal here? Well, that's sparking. It sounded to me like we were getting absolutely no spark, because she ain't trying one bit. All right, it's sparking. That was plug wire number 1, verifying we were getting through our rotor and out our cap. I'm an idiot. Firing orders are just gonna whoop me. I got to thinking about it. I marked it for number 1, but I originally marked it for off of this one over here thinking it was number 1. I told y'all over here's number 1. So that means this one I thought was number 1 is actually number 2. So I need to rotate all of these back since it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just need to rotate these all back 1. Shift them all 1. See if that makes a difference. Hey-yo. Trying to remember if this one down in here's our idle. I think so. You probably don't know how to run not having all them vacuum leaks. So let's turn this up some. It seems it was backed out quite a bit. And then plug and plug. This started leaking and it shouldn't be. So I got the float resetter. Hey, that's better. It's kind of all over the place. That's a good indication of vacuum leak. Well, it ain't changing no more. I actually think we got the vacuum leak sealed up pretty good. I didn't see no changes. I had to rev that way up. Now it's almost like something sealed or something shifted in that carburetor because it's at a high RPM. I'm curious if I crank this down, it's gonna drop that, whatever it's sealing now, drop RPMs and die. It's flooding it. That needle and seat, they're either, let's see, how would that work? No, it ain't happy in there. That just flooded it out. Dang it. It was running pretty good until then. So if y'all will remember, this was tied over into this. So that obviously wouldn't be good. If that was leaking, it'd be sucking into our motor and everything. And call me a sissy all you want. I just refuse to get into these. The amount of time they take, and I can't do them, guys. I can, but it runs about the same as this. Flooded, take her wide open. Boy, she's a running machine when she's running. But here it goes again. Yeah, that's weird. You can't take a quart of fuel at once, sissy. Hey, she runs good though, okay? I'm gonna stay positive here, and I'm positive that we did this thing a ton of good. If this was a little happier, more internal, I think this thing would be a little ripper. I actually was taking a video to send to my buddy to show him what was going on with it, just kind of keeping him updated. And that's because I have decided I'm giving this truck to my buddy's son. He is recently turned 15. He is a real quiet kid. He just joined a garage band that him and some other 15-year-olds and stuff are starting, so that's pretty rad. I kind of ran the idea of this. Now, I ain't giving it to my buddy. He don't keep nothing for 3 months, and he gets rid of it, he sells it, or trades it. He's been like that. Me and him was best friends in high school. The deal was, I will give this truck to your son, not to you, because he will guaranteed get rid of it. Now, if his son wants to get rid of it, he's more than welcome. But it ain't gonna be on your call, Tyler, because you'll have it traded in three damn months. I know you. But at church service, I was talking to his son about it, and he showed me a picture of a lowered long bed S-10 with torque thrust. And that showed me he was interested in it enough, because he had seen, Tyler had showed him a picture of it, just kind of feel him out what he thought about it. And he saved pictures of a couple lowered one on torque thrust. Well, y'all notice I've got torque thrust wheels. That's because that was that picture he had saved. Now, when he had saved, had like 17s, and I bought the 15s because they're way cheaper. But that's where this truck's going to my buddy's son to be his first little run around truck. Now, we're not going to make it immaculate. That's going to give them opportunities to do a little bit on it, learn a little bit on it. But the last thing I want to do is give that kid one of these with a bad carburetor. Now, we'll get that. We'll end up having to get a fresh one for it, is what it is. I drove a 2.8 V6 in high school in my 84 Blazer. So being able to give this to a kid, 84 S-10 extended cab, with the V6 as his first vehicle, I think's awesome. But Puddin', that thing ran better before you got a hold of it. Well, it wasn't flooding before I got a hold of it. Our fuel pump had a crack in it, and my theory is the fuel pressure that was shooting out of it was relieving enough that it wasn't pushing past the needle in seat. But with a fresh fuel pump on there and good pressure, once again, carburetor's not happy. So what I'm saying is we should put a hole in it, return it to the tank, and then it'll work, and we'll have a fuel economy carburetor. A damn genius. All right, guys, I'm pushing through. I'm trying to get some ball joints and spindles and stuff on. About 8:30, 8:40. I'll go grab me a sandwich at the house, and we'll pull this a late one. Woo, someone got his blue Buffalo with the packet. He likes his wet packet. I don't got a wet packet, but it looks like a little mustard, cheese, chicken. Oh yeah, we need this to catch a third wind here. Upper's bolted in. Go ahead and press in our new lowers. Oh yeah, she's flush. We did good. Got us some new spindles and springs here. And I'm gonna pull the rat's nest out of this pocket. Ain't that crazy? I'm gonna warm up on this side and I'll show y'all the other. Spring in, make sure we're on the tabs on top. Got our pigtail in the pocket where we want it on bottom. Y'all see me do these and do them and do them. So for this one, we're gonna blaze through them. With those tightened up, I'm gonna go ahead and put our shock on. I've got Beltec drop shocks. These are the McCoys, McGuys, however you want to say it. I don't know the proper terminology. Drop spindles, drop coils, Beltec drop spindles. Yummy. Pull our cotter pin, pull our nut, pull our washer. No, I did not get new bearings for this. We're gonna repack these. I didn't even know they made a plastic one, but here we are. The rollers look fine. Got it. we are gonna use the old Packer 900 right here and just shove us some fresh grease through these old bearings. So that presses the grease through there. All that grease right there had shoved up through these. I don't know, she kind of looks like she kicked out a side there because I'm not seeing none of the dirty stuff. Let me do it again. There we go. Now I see the dirty stuff. All right, that shoves it through all them rollers. Put us a nice dollop in there. I like to go snug, back it off, and then kind of finger tight here. D-U-N. That part's done. Hey, yo, up, 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 up. Okay, get it together. All right, that fourth wind's kicking in now. Better watch out. Better watch out. Okay, our old calipers are still on there. We don't have our hoses, but we do have our new calipers, new pads. So we're gonna go ahead and get all this put on. Be sure you go bleeder up, outer. So that goes to the outer. Inner. Left hand. What do you mean left hand? Oops. This is the left hand from where I'm standing. It counts. We're gonna pretend like y'all didn't see that part. I'm sure it matters, but I can't figure out why it would matter, if I'm being honest. Fancy new suspension on the front, complete. We still need our tie rods. We still need to cotter pin some stuff. We need to grease our greasable parts. But for tonight, we're gonna call her a wrap. After we do a little tease and throw our new wheels and tires on and set her down. She may run like crap, but she gonna sit good and have some torque thrust, dang it. Priorities, guys. This is my first set of torque thrust ever. They ain't even for me. Because of the paint, I had a hard time picturing a wheel for this thing. And once Brantley had those torque thrusts on that one, I pictured these as a shiny one since we got the shiny mirrors, emblems, bumper, stuff like that. Figured it would highlight it well. And so far, I'm not mad at our wheel and tire choice. Woo-hoo! Oh, holy enchilada. She is down there. Well, it does have some travel. It ain't clunking and bottoming out. So that's a good thing. Oh yeah. Dang, about to just leave the front and get some 15 by 12s for the back and leave this thing as a Rachosaurus Rex. It's 10:55. It's been a very long day. I'm gonna go shower, get up, and do it again. I love this stuff. Good wheel and tire choice. Hey, rambling boy, won't you settle down? Boston ain't your type of town. Ouch! I didn't need my thumb. Good morning. I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Ow. Let's start this morning with pulling the bed and saying R.I.P. to David Allan Coe. I ain't a fan of his crazy stuff he did, but his actual country singing, he's my favorite country singer. I listened to some David Allan Coe and cleaned up the shop this morning, as you seen or see. So we've got a fresh start into day 2. I guess the way this video laid out, day 3. Yeah, she's gonna fight me. Well, it takes two to tango, you sassy senorita. A little dry. That's how much I felt like fighting the spare turn down thingy my bobber. I got our wires all unhooked. Couple ground straps. Old school mini trucking to me was always seeing them with the beds off and stuff. Especially in high school for me. I drove a 77 Hilux with no bed for a while just because I thought it looked cool, okay? So this right here is about to really take it back for me once we get this back lowered down. And you. Yeah. Stroke. 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 Hey-haw. Oh, dime whites on the inside. Someone did not have taste, I see. You always go dime whites out. You know, cut through that. Try not to get in your frame rail, so don't go too deep. Cut you some chunks out if you need to. Once you get aside the pop, it's all downhill for this thing. Pretty. Getting strong. Right here we got the straight edge lowering leaf springs. Put these on the long bed. That thing rode really good. Lowering leaf springs get a bad rap online. I like the way that blue one rode. She rode like a damned old thoroughbred. Couple good things noted here. Our exhaust. I like how quiet this truck is. There's no reason to try to make a 2.8 liter sound good or mean or anything besides quiet. This truck is quiet. Besides that, I think it humps up enough that it's gonna clear. So hopefully no modification on the exhaust required. In fact, the exhaust don't look overly old. So it almost looks like it even has a new cat on it underneath there. Right now we're just going with a mock-up. 2-inch drop blocks. Before we go together, pay attention to that sneaky booger right there. That's a bushing from the old shock. We'd have put all that together, then not been able to put our shock on. Either had to remove this again or then fight it. I'll say if it wants a fight, let's fight it here on the bench. That's all it needed. Clear the area, clear the area. Please, sir, back up, Theodore. Here we go, mock up. This is a good spot, or the good part. We get to see how it's gonna sit. We get to see. Woo! Oh, that thing sits tits McGee. Look at that thing. Man, oh man. Eagle Eye here done had the perfect vision. Those wheels and tires just look killer on this thing. I hate the paint. I hate the faded graphics and stuff. I thought it was nicer when I first bought it, honestly. The guy had hit me with the spray it down when it's wet, and it looked good. He took a picture from about 75 foot away. I was like, damn, that's a sharp truck. Anyhow, I'm not bashing it. I still like the little thing. I think these wheels are perfect on it. I think the stance is really good. And I can't get that to hit. There we go. But golly, you'd have to really be getting buck nasty to make that happen. We put shocks on there and obviously I couldn't get it bouncing that good. Okay, never mind. I got it. Got to put a little more spring in my step. A little more bounce in my booty. A little more jingle in my jump. I guess we'll carry on with putting a notch on it then. I do think if we only had a 1-inch lowering block, we'd probably be fine. If we raise, yeah, we're here, let's do it. I weighted our back down, and then I'm gonna come in here and mark center just with our speed square. And now we're ready to notch. Y'all seen me notch a bunch of trucks. We're going with a real basic one here. Drill your corners out. Uh-oh, guest appearance.
Give me all before and after over there.
Uh-oh. What are we gonna do about them graphics? We don't know. We didn't make it that far yet.
Don't point at them.
Yeah, don't look at them. Holy cow. Even with the terrible lighting, you can see how this is like a cream color. It's so dirty versus the white.
Yeah, it's not perfectly. It's got stuff in the paint. Like you can kind of see it's kind of.
Dude,
it's
this thing's already looking way more gooder from the drop in the wheels, the right wheels. Just the extra shine on it. She gonna be a looker. I told Slick, I did the math. I paid way too much for it. I'm now investing around the same amount. And by the time we get it all together, if I can get it mechanically sound, it'll probably be worth around what I originally paid for it. So we're doing good.
Should be a decent truck.
Should be good. I don't even remember what I gave for it, like $2,400, $22, somewhere in there.
Where did it come from?
Where did it come from? Where did it go? Some guy on Marketplace named Cotton Eye Joe. Some guy named Tiny who was built like my dad.
That checks out.
Yeah. We are gonna fly through this as quick as possible. Right there, we're gonna need about 4 1/8. Then we're gonna need 2 1/2. Then we're gonna need 2 1/4. I wasn't even reading this. I already know because that side's done. Tricked ya. Because I'm proud to be an American, or at least I can see notch my truck. Burn this baby in. Burn it down. I say that in a gas tank. Dang, you're giving her a little polished painter. I'm here for it.
Look at this. See if she's coming through a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about
We're gonna drive this up to an OU game and sell it for all the money.
all the money.
Boomer sooner. Guys, I don't sport, okay? Woo, she's glowing orange like my glove. But you can't get no heat in the wheel the way you try to stack them dimes. She gonna break. She gonna break. You ain't getting no heat in her. We call the truck S-dime. Why? Cause it's a S-10? No, cause the damn dimes put on the C-notch in the back. That's why. Let me pro tip you here. On an S-10, the top of your frame rail right there, it has this goofy curve. Put you a straight edge. Grind that straight for your boxing plate. Pro tip number 2, quit cutting stuff straight on purpose. Radius. Unless you're boxing it, then you get rid of the radius. Kind of contradicted myself over here, ain't I?
Did he say don't
cut it straight? Better not cut that straight, though. Tack. She'll hold or she won't. Oh yeah, that little boxing plate looks sharp.
I'm acting like I'm impressed, like I ain't seen notched every S-10 in my life exactly like this.
Wow, this one looks good.
This is nice.
Woo, baby. Speaking of looking nice. Yep, polished turd recipe. We're the experts. You want to do this when that paint's still wet so it gets in the air. It'll give it a textured hammer finish, kind of like bed liner. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Guess who's not close to hitting now? Yeah. Put some shocks on that bad girl. Ain't got no chance. That red buff's a little easier, huh?
Yeah, real easy.
Oh yeah, that stuff's shining up quick. I know what y'all were thinking. Same thing old Slick was thinking. What are we gonna do about the faded graphics? Well, y'all forgot we had the old magic sauce in a can.
Oh yeah, baby.
Old sprayable teener sauce. Not
Look, it actually brought back some of the color.
Yeah, and it says not recommended for vehicles.
Whoops.
Looks like it's doing a damn good job to me. Dinner's ready. Round one. Who wants an ass whipping? Get her drop shocks on the back. Went ahead and put our new rubber hose on. Might have to build 2 hard lines. Woo! Fancy. Ooh. No. Something happened. I can't get that one out. Look at the old Peepaw special. She needs the bed bolts so it fixes her body gap alignment. But guys, that thing I know, we do the same thing. We polish it, I drop it, put some wheels on it. It ain't failed me yet, okay? And this one is not disappointing neither. What a killer looking little rig. Rad?
I like it.
Yeah. It needs a sound system in the back and to take Brentley to garage band practice.
We're going to stomp first.
Take her for a chili dog?
Chili dog.
Howdy doody. Here we go. Last final push on this video. And we're going to fly through it because y'all have seen me do brake hoses before. So up front, we'll do stuff like cotter pin or hoses. I'll even not sheet. I ain't gonna sheet myself. I'm gonna shoot a little grease and all this stuff. Now back's a little more complicated because we got our leaky axle seals. That'll get you. So we gotta pull our spiders, inner seat clips, and our axle. And inside this thing's pretty fresh. I see all kinds of paint marker everywhere, so I believe she's been freshened up before. Nice little feature. Now this one's kind of weird because I don't think I've ever seen something so oily yet so rusty at the same time ever in my life. Usually when she gets oiled up, she's protected. Get these parts in our parts washer here. This is a $high unit. Y'all think I'm playing, but that box had all them shocks, and them shocks were $high, so we're gonna get our money's worth. So quick little overhaul on these, and yeah, look at that seal, guys. The other side was leaking, but not like this side. And that seal is toast. That's right, custom ground wheel cylinders. These things, I guess they're new, and they cast them with such a sharp point they don't fit. But if you just knock that edge down and get your stupid retaining clip, they'll go right in. whip us up some new brake lines, get this all serviced up. She's good. Looks good to me. Somebody broke the ground. Hello, I'm somebody. Got our drums on. We're ready to bleed brakes. I'm not gonna record that. Still waiting on one tie rod. I'll swap them out. We ain't gotta see that. Guys, the last big thing I kind of just did through in the mix. Some of y'all probably noticed how bad that pinion angle looked. It was like, wah! Now it's like, woo! Well, I have shims. I put a 4-degree shim in there, and that 4 degrees was perfect. She look way happier now. So, other than that, we're waiting on our reman carburetor to come in. And as soon as it gets in, I'm gonna slap it on this thing. And that's when y'all's gonna see it next. And oh yeah, I may have got some chrome lug nuts for her. Well, here we go, guys. It's actually over a week later, about a week and a half. I'm in the mid-thrash of another video that's gonna be absolutely killer. I hope y'all like bands. Carburetor came in, got up at 6 this morning on Saturday, just bolted it on. As you can see, doing good. Right out the box, idle's perfect. Woo! Feel the power! That's what nobody says with a 2.8 liter. But like I said, reliable, good little cruisers. This truck is doing great right now. Brakes feel great. Transmission seems to feel fine. There's my buddy Shane. Yeah, for being off the road and our 1 week thrash on it that we did, so far it seems like it's a good little truck. At this point, guys, I need to get with Tyler. Now, I started telling y'all about Brentley, and I was telling you how he's kind of a quiet kid, and then I think I got distracted. The reason I started to say that was I wanted to tell y'all I don't want to shove a camera in his face and be like, do you like your free truck? And make him feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So Tyler brought him over, he checked it out, he's super excited, smiling, and it was just a really good reaction. Tyler texted me, told me some nice things, kind words, stuff like that. So I know this truck is going exactly where it needs to be. I need to get with Tyler and see how much he's wanting to do with Brentley on it. I haven't checked any of the lights and stuff like that. The column can obviously be swapped out or fixed. The tailgate don't latch. Speaking of which, I hope I ain't thrown my tripod out on the road yet. But she's a good truck. It's doing great right now. So I just need to make a list of the piddly stuff, see how much he wants to do, or see if we just need to do like another 1-day thrash on the second channel and make another video with this thing, which may be what we do. For this morning, before I go back and continue thrashing on that van for the poverty tour, I'm gonna go drive on a leg or two of a day or two. I'm gonna enjoy my morning driving into the sunset before I sweat my goads off for the next 12 hours today. Well, she got us back home, so that's a plus. I don't think I put a fuel filter on this thing. We definitely should do that to protect our new carburetor. Y'all know I'm fancy, got my electric windows. I bet she's even got a bopping stereo. No! Oh. All right. Was not expecting that. The radios never work. She does have a bopping stereo. I ain't trying to get a copyright strike. That's how they get you. She's a good little truck. So there she is, folks. I hope you like it. I'm in the echo chamber. I just wanted this in the background. I hope you like it. This truck sat in my junkyard after buying it off Marketplace, and I was having a hard time seeing the potential in it. I seen it, but then I did it, and then I was like, it doesn't look good to me. It looks good. Looks great. Rides good. The front does start to rub a little bit when you're turning really hard. But guys, that's old school mini trucking. People say these lowering springs ride stiff. On the single cab, it does, but on these extended cabs and the long beds, they seem to ride better. Guys, I slammed my Blazer with 2 4-inch blocks stacked on top of each other. That just held it there, so when you sat it down, the axle tube actually went and hit the frame. You don't know what rough is until you used to actually mini truck on like a $50 budget, and then you know what rough riding suspension is. So here she is, guys, our transformed S-10 Tahoe, straight off the marketplace. And with one more day's worth of work, if we were flipping it, it'd be ready to go back on the marketplace, where then we could take a loss. So thank y'all for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Be ready for not next Monday, but the Monday after that. We are gonna have a crazy video, because I told you I'm planning on going and hopping in on a leg of the poverty tour. When I said a van, y'all probably wasn't sure what I was talking about. Well, you'll see my 66 Chevy van we rescued out of the junkyard that had no drivetrain in it. It's no longer down in there. So I'll just tell you, it's been a long week. I ain't slept, but it's cool. I don't need sleep. I need these old cars back on the road. So be keeping an eye out for that. And much other than that, guys, we appreciate y'all being here. It means the world to me and my family. Y'all support. Spread the word. Share this video. Comment down below. Any of that stuff helps us, so we appreciate it. puddins.fab.shop for that good quality merchandise. Another great way to support me and my girls. Make it possible for us to do stuff like this. And we're on Patreon, Facebooker, Instagrammer, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. However, do not forget, we're going to finish this one in the echo chamber. Sitting on your ass will not finish your project. The original auto-tune right here.